Alright, so I'm on Alpha, and they just released a new update. It is the levels update. Basically speaking, if you look in tab, you can see there's people with a bunch of different levels on it. Now, these levels are not just cosmetic. They actually have a purpose, which is shocking, but they actually do. So as you can see, it shows levels up in tab and in chat. This is on Alpha only. And this is obtained through Hypixel Skyblock experience, which is a new thing. There is basically infinite levels, and each level rewards you 10 health, and the special levels reward you 10 health, 1 strength, and 1 defense, and pretty sure 100% of the time. But they come with it's a lot of health. This, I'm pretty sure, replaces Fairy Souls. But as we can see, it is a pretty hefty amount of health. On the main server, I'm getting 3,500. On this, I'm getting 4,100. So it's quite good. However, how you get this EXP is kind of simple. It's just a combination of everything. It's basically, if you know, like, the stat trackers, it's basically like your Lily score, or whatever you want to call it. It adds up your skill level, it adds up your Slayer level, it adds up your Catacombs, it adds up basically everything. Now, this is what I'm going to be going over, because as we can see, most of these are taking up like 1, 2, maybe less percents. And to be fair, there's some very interesting ones. You can see defeating Arachna is part of the thing, which doesn't really make sense to me, but you know what, hey. Or bank upgrades, or the dojo. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. Museums is the best one though, because all the other ones except for dojo take time. Museum does not, it just takes money. So for every single item you deposit, you gain a museum rewards. And each museum rewards you 10 levels, which is why it is so insanely overpowered. So what do I recommend you do? Very simply, I recommend you get all the things that are cheap. I don't even have half this stuff, and most of it's super cheap. It's like a hunter's knife, that's like 300k, or a flaming sword, or whatever it is that's super easy to get and doesn't actually take like anything to do. Now, some of them are expensive, obviously. You might not want to put hypes or some of the more expensive items, but putting in the cheap items can be a great way to level up your game and just be prepared for when this update does drop, so you'll be the highest level you can, and it'll just, generally speaking, be good. Now, Museum is the main way that I recommend you getting EXP. It's the fastest way to do it, quite frankly. All the rest is super time intensive. But what are the other ways? Very simply, there's a few big ones you're going to have. Most of the big ones are going to come from your skills, your collections, your dungeons, your slayers, you know, like the main things, right? And those you can't really skip. You kind of have to actually put time into. Same thing goes with like commissions or pet score. Like most of these things, you just have to put time into. You can't really just buy your way through it. I mean, there's some ones that are like defeat certain mobs X amount of times or whatever it is. But I recommend using your museum progress. It's by far the easiest thing to do, because literally every single thing you drop off, you're fine. And if you scroll all the way down to the very end, you can put 230 things into it. Now, I know most people are not going to be able to do that. However, even if you could, it is so much EXP and so much health. By far the fastest way to do it. So that's just what I recommend. Use the museum to level up the fastest, and of course, grind your other skills or whatever. Now, I'm going to give my personal thoughts on this update. I like the fact they're including a way to get health based on how experienced you are. I've noticed they've been doing a lot of things to give you health. I feel like if there could be a way to toggle your level particularly, that'd be kind of nice. Because I can definitely imagine some people who are high levels or vice versa just roasting people because of their level, because it's publicly displayed. Now, I think it's a fine idea and it works well, but they might need to do a little bit of adjusting. Either way, this is a pretty quick video on this update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.